Hello student. So let's see about the breast. Breast, it is also called the mammary gland. It is the modified form of the sweat gland. Breast, it is the important structure which is present into the pectoral region. Breast, it is located in both sexes, or it present into the both sex, but in the female it is developed or well developed during the puberty. In female, it forming the accessory reproductive organ because it supplies the milk or the nutrition to the newborn baby. So let's see about the detail of the breast. So let's see, that is the location or the situation of the breast. So breast lies into that the superficial fascia of the pectoral region, and it should be divided into that the four quadrants. So in this way, whenever you can draw that is the four quadrant, so it should be divided into that the upper medial part and the upper lateral part, then the lower medial part and the lower lateral part. Okay, and that is the small part of the breast. So this one, it should be passes through the opening into that the deep fascia. So here, that is the small opening throughout this, the part of that the breast, it should be passes into that the deep fascia. So this foramen, it is called the foramen of the Langer. Okay, then the extension of that the breast or the measurement of the breast. So vertically it should be extended from second to sixth rib. So that is the second rib to that the sixth rib, and horizontally it should be extend from that is the lateral part of that the sternum or the lateral border of the sternum to that the mid axillary line. So here you can see that is the mid axillary line, and that is the lateral border of the sternum. Okay, then that is the deep relation. So deep surface of the breast, it is related by first, that is the deep fascia of that the pectoral region, which is covered by the pectoralis major muscle. Then that is the three muscles which is related to that the breast. So here you can see in this diagram, that is this one, the pectoralis major muscle, then the serratus anterior muscle and the external oblique muscle. And this breast, here you can see this breast is separated from that the pectoral fascia. So here this by that is the areolar tissue or the loose areolar tissue. So that is called retromammillary space. So here you can see this one, that is called the retromammillary space, and this is the pectoralis fascia, and deep to it, that is the pectoralis major muscle, this one. So because of this, the presence of that the loose areolar tissue which is present into the retromammillary space, the breast can be moved freely over the pectoralis major muscle. After then, let's see that is the structure of the breast. Then that is the structure of the breast. So for convenience of the study, the breast should be divided into the three part. First, that is the skin which is present the outer part of the breast. Then that is the parenchyma and the stroma. So let's see about that the skin of the breast. So the breast, it has shows. So here in this diagram you can see that is anterior part of that is the breast, it shows that is the conical projection. So this one, it is called the nipple, and it presents just below to the center of the breast, and that is present at the level of fourth intercostal space. The nipple that should be pierced by 15 to 20 lactiferous duct. So here you can see these are the lactiferous duct. So it should be open the 15 to 20 ducts into that the nipple of the breast. Okay, it is rich by the nerve supply and has many sensory and in organs at the termination of the nerve fibers. Then that is the skin of the breast. So here, that is the skin surrounding that the breast of the nipple, it is pigmented, and it form that is the circular area that is called the areola. So here in this diagram you can see this one, this part, it is called the areola. This region, it is richly modified with the sebaceous gland. It is mostly present to that the outer margin, and because of that is the sebaceous gland, it enlarge during the pregnancy and the lactation, and because of this sebaceous gland, it secrete the oily secretion and avoid the cracking during the breastfeeding or the lactation. The skin of the areola and the nipple, it is devoid of hair, and there is no fat subjacent to it. So that is the areola. Then that is the parenchyma of the breast. So it is made from the glandular tissue which secrete the milk, and the gland consists of 15 to 20 lobes. So here you can see that is the lobes of the breast. They are present 15 to 20, and each lobe is a cluster of alveoli and drained by a lactiferous duct. So in the another diagram here you can see that is these three lobule, that is the lobule of the breast, and it consists of that is this one, that is the lactiferous duct. So here you can see that is the lactiferous ducts. It is the cluster of alveoli, they are present, and it should be open into that the lactiferous duct. Lactiferous duct, then that is open into the lactiferous sinus, and which is open into that the duct into that the nipple of the breast. So in this way, that is the 15 to 20 lobules or the lobes, they should be present into that the parenchyma of the breast. So here you can see in this way, near the termination of the duct, it has the dilatation that is called the sinuses. So here lactiferous sinus, and then throughout the duct it should be open into that the nipple. The alveolar epithelium is cuboidal in the resting phase, and it is columnar during the lactation. So that is the importance of the parenchyma of the breast. Then let's see about the stroma of the breast. So the stroma, it should be form the supporting framework of the gland, and it is partly fibrous and the partly fatty. So first let's see that is the fibrous stroma. So here green color you can see that is the fibrous stroma. So the fibrous stroma, it forms the septa known as the suspensory ligament. So here green color you can see that is the suspensory ligament, or that is also called the ligament of the Cooper, which anchor the skin and the gland to that the pectoral fascia. So it gives proper framework to that the breast. Then the fatty stroma. So the fatty stroma, which is present throughout that the breast, and it form the main bulk of gland. It is distributed all over that the breast except beneath the areola and the nipple. So here you can see that is this is the areola and the nipple. So except this total part of breast, that is filled by the fatty stroma. Then let's see about the blood supply of the breast. So that is the breast, it is extremely vascular, and it is supplied by mostly the three branches. First branch, that is the internal thoracic artery, which is the branch of directly branch from the subclavian artery. Then second one, that is the branches coming out from, that is the axillary artery. So here you can see that is the axillary artery, and three branches mostly it should be supplied the breast: superior thoracic artery, acromion thoracic artery, and the lateral thoracic artery. And next to it, that is these are the lateral branches from the posterior intercostal arteries. So these are the major arterial supply to that the breast. Then that is the venous drainage. So superficial veins, these are the superficial veins which is drained into internal thoracic vein into the superficial veins of the lower part of the neck, and the deep vein which is drained into internal thoracic, axillary, and the superior intercostal veins. After then, that is the nerve supply. So that is the breast, it is supplied by anterior lateral cutaneous branches of 4th to 6th intercostal nerve. It gives sensory fibers to that the skin and the autonomic fibers to the smooth muscle. The nerves do not control the secretion of the breast. So the secretion of the breast, it is controlled by the hormone, that is the prolactin, which is secreted by the anterior lobe of the pituitary gland. Then that is the lymphatic drainage. So the lymphatic drainage of the breast, it assumes the great importance to that the surgeon, because the carcinoma of the breast spreads mostly along the lymphatic to the regional lymph nodes. So let's see about that is the lymphatic drainage. So that is the lymph from the breast, it is drained into that the following types. First, that is the axillary lymph nodes. So here you can see that is the axillary lymph node, which is divided into the central axillary, lateral axillary and the posterior axillary, this one. Then second one, that is the internal mammary lymph nodes. So here you can see that is the internal mammary lymph nodes, so this one. And third one, that is the some lymph nodes from the breast, it reaches to the supraclavicular nodes, this one, supraclavicular lymph nodes, and that is the cephalic node, posterior intercostal node. So these are the lymphatic drainage related with that the breast. So the clinical or the applied points related with that the breast. So first point, that is the knowledge of the lymphatic drainage of the breast is very much important, because the higher percentage of the occurrence of the cancer in the breast and its subsequent dissemination, means that is the metastasis, means the spread of the cancer of the breast into the other part of the body, that is very easily occurs. That is due to the lymph vessel to that the regional lymph nodes. So that is here the great importance, the formation of that the lymphatic tissue or the lymph nodes, which is supplied to that the breast. Second one, whenever that is the cancer should be occur, so there is occurs the removal of the breast. So that is called the radial mastectomy. Mastectomy means that is the removal of the breast. Third one, that is whenever the incision of the breast just that should be taken, so the incision that should be taken in the radial manner. So here in this radial manner, to avoid that is the lactiferous duct and the lactiferous lobule which is present into that the breast. So the developmental anomalies of the breast that are present in some females. So first, that is the polythelia. So polythelia, it is often mistaken for the moles which is present or seen like the multiple nipple. Then second one, that is the retracted nipple, which occurs if nipple fails to develop from the ectodermal pit. Then the polymastia, that is the development of the breast more than one breast along the milk line. And last one, that is the gynecomastia, that is the development of the breast in the male, mainly into the puberty due to that the hormonal imbalance. Clinical point related with the breast, that is the infiltration of the lactiferous duct and the consequent fibrosis. It can be causes the retraction of the breast. So here you can see that is the retraction of breast that should be occur. Then the obstruction of the superficial lymph nodes. So here you can see that is this one, that is the obstruction of superficial lymph vessels by the cancerous cells. It may produce that the edema. So here you can see that should produce the edema on the skin, which rise to appearance like that of the skin of the orange color, and that is called the powdery orange appearance. So this one. Then that is the FNAC, this one. Here in this diagram you can see that is the fine needle aspiration cytology. It is safe and quick method of the diagnosis of the lesion of the breast. So if there is present the cancerous cell or any other abscess or the infection, so you can do that is the FNAC, means fine needle aspiration cytology. and because of this it should be sent to the histopathological examination and the diagnosis of the breast disease that can be easily identified. Then next to it, that is the mammography. So here, that is the mammography, that is, it shows, that is the early diagnosis of the cancerous cell. So this is the mammography, this one, that is the x-ray like. Then the self-examination of the breast, that plays the important role for the diagnosis of the cancer or the any other disease which is present related with that the breast. In the last point related with that the breast, that is the size of the mammary gland, it can be increased by putting the implant inside that the gland. So nowadays, that is the silicone or the other some material, they should be used for the implant or increase the size of the breast. Then for the beauty of the breast, many dress designers use their skill to enhance the size of the mammary gland. And the last one, that is the self examination of the mammary gland, is the only way for the early diagnosis and the appropriate treatment of the breast disease. So keep care of the breast.